Ms. Tinney.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Excellent testimony. I just want to say a couple things. Not sure, I'm going to get this out of the way because I don't think we should get into election integrity. I want to talk about 9/11 because I too am a New Yorker. But when Mr. Heim spoke, I have to say about all the, partisanship on the and what did the Democrats do? I think of George Bush's election being stolen. He wasn't a rightful president. Hillary Clinton said her election was stolen. Stacey Abrams said her election was stolen. Katie Porter said her election was stolen. Hakeem Jeffries said President Trump wasn't a legitimate president. Kamala Harris all said the same thing over and over, raising this rhetoric to another level. And as president, President Joe Biden signed Executive Order 14019, which tasks our federal agencies who should be helping people to engage in voter registration and voter turnout, and those are things that they should stay on their mission, not on those. But I felt like there were just so many things that have happened, unfortunately, on the election integrity issue, and I think it's a really important issue. But I want to ask Mr. Cialufo, did I get that right?
That is correct.
Yes, I'm from Utica, so I know a lot of Italians. I think I'm better at pronunciation than some others on that issue. I wanted to ask you, because I come from New York, as you know, and after having the worst terrorist attack in our nation's history, we're talking about 9/11, how could we be where we are 25 years ago? I have friends, I don't think I know anyone that didn't have friends who died on 9/11. In the towers, a childhood friend died in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. I mean, these are really, this hits home to so many. In New York, in 2019, they passed a law that prohibited interaction and use of, for example, DMV records, Department of Motor Vehicle records, when there was a stop by local police. And this meant if somebody was a would-be terrorist in our state coming across the border, there was no way to check or to confer with federal and state agencies. How would you rate that type of, the so-called green light law? How would you rate that as part of the problem that we have after the 9/11 Commission famously said, we need our federal agencies to work together. You're talking about synchronization. And now here we are telling them they can't work together. Kathy Hochul also just came out with an order, our governor, saying that we can't have our local agencies working with ICE to determine if they're dangerous illegal immigrants in our communities. They're prohibiting them from using the 287G program. These are all things that are tools for our police to keep our communities safe, the primary role of our government. Could you address those issues? Because I think they're really important to a state like New York, that's still the fourth largest state, with a northern border, which I and Representative Stefanik represent.
Congresswoman, thank you for the question. I'm not exceedingly well versed on all of the developments here, but I can tell you NYPD is almost an intelligence service in and of itself, and have some of the best women and men in service. So when I look back to 9/11, basically it was NYPD, LAPD, and everyone else. And it's not taking away from the everyone else, because everyone else matters. But all things said and done, yes, we need to do more to be able to get information into the hands of the frontline officers who can stop something before it becomes an issue.
Well, this is really just a common sense issue. I mean, the 9/11 Commission said we need to work together. That's why we had lapses. That's why something like this occurred. And now we have this situation where we can't even have our local police and our county police working with our federal agencies that are providing us with the data and a lot of the intelligence that maybe from this committee. That's what worries me, is that with the intelligence sharing, the ability to know what's happening, and the really just cutting off the data. And I think this is an open door for countries and adversaries and enemies like China, Russia, to come in and actually take advantage of us.
And I would just add, not to sort of move to another topic, but at the end of the day, our fusion centers and some of the capabilities that we have, they need to do exponentially more in the cyber environment as well, which is where I spend most of my time focused these days, because you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not even sure it's about collecting. It's all about the connecting and being able to see the rich picture in terms of what that threat environment is about. I think we have a lot of collection.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Just one last, for General McMaster, great book, by the way. You have a concept in your book called strategic narcissism, and I just wondered if you could maybe comment on that in the intelligence realm of how we should approach I only have a couple seconds left, approach our foreign policy from that perspective, using intelligence and being more strategic as opposed to more political.
Thank you so much. I think what's most important is to recognize that that our adversaries, enemies, rivals, they have aspirations that go far beyond anything that's in reaction to us. Oftentimes, we kind of get at each other because we tend to see our engagement, our intervention, or disengagement as being decisive toward achieving a favorable outcome. And so I think what's really important is to pay particular attention to the emotions, the ideology, and the aspirations that drive and constrain our adversaries. For example, in this case, the theocratic military dictatorship in Iran, or the Chinese Communist Party with Xi Jinping on it, or Putinist Russia. We tend to think that, well, that we caused this problem, with like the Putin's argument about the enlargement of NATO. No, actually, Putin has these aspirations to reestablish the Russian Empire, for example. So I think it's important to have this term strategic empathy, to pay particular attention to what drives and constrains the other, rivals, adversaries, and enemies.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.